Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 30th of September 2023. 30 September celebrates the feast of Saint Jerome, the Bible translator who is considered the patron saint of translators. Saint Jerome was a priest from northeastern Italy who is known mostly for his endeavor of translating most of the Bible into Latin from the Greek manuscripts of New Testament. 30 September is the birth anniversary of Pandit Shradharam Sharma, Hrishikesh Mukherjee, and Adipa Malik. 30 September is observed as the death anniversary of Ramananda Chatterjee and Sumitra Kumari Sinha. Starting the newspaper analysis of the newspaper, The Hindu states that discussed India-Canada issue with the Blinken, says Jai Shankar. The External Affairs Minister said he hoped both the sides emerged better informed after meeting with the top United States officials. Mr. Blinken has urged New Delhi to cooperate fully with the ongoing Canadian investigation. A United States State Department spokesperson said External Affairs Minister as Jaishankar meets United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken at the State Department in Washington, D.C. The Hindu newspaper also states that Jaishankar defends Modi government on a minority rights issue. The External Affairs Minister also says that vote banks in India and abroad had a role in motivating such criticism. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar addresses a gathering at a Hudson Institute in Washington, D.C. on September 29, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that the world is taking note of rising India's resolve, says Army Chief. 2020 standoff with China made the world take notice of the political and military resolve of the rising India, says General Pandey. Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pandey addresses the 118th annual session of the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry PhD CCI on Rising India, Amrit Kal of Unprecedented Growth at Vigyan Bhavan in New Delhi on September 29, 2023. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that POCSO report to Law Minister. Law panel says keep consent age 18 but take a less severe look when kills in 16-18. Flags sexual curiosity suggests changes when the test approval among children. Arun Ram Meghwal says China remains belligerent. Its pursuits are predatory. Army Chief. The Army Chief's comments come at a time when there has not been any perceptible change in development of troops by either side or any de-escalation in the eastern Ladakh region. General Manoj Pandey in New Delhi on Friday. Indian Express also states that women's reservation is right, wrong, denied, not a gift from a political leader. The passage of Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam needs to be a place within the predominant political discourse that seeks to respect, protect, and venerate women while remaining oblivious to the ways in which they are excluded from work, subject to violence, and targeted and withdrawal for being confident and having an opinion. By the 1970s, the dismal figures of women's work, health, education, political participation, and the parameters were beginning to get noticed, thanks in large part to the landmark towards the Equality Report 1974 of the Committee on the Status of Women in India. Interestingly, despite noting the dismal presence of women in legislative bodies, the committee remained steadfast in its opposition to the reservation of women. Hindustan Times says that a women's reservation bill signed into law by President Draupadi Murmu. Women's reservation bill is now law after receiving assent from the President Draupadi Murmu. Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam became law in the India after the President Draupadi Murmu gave a hard nod to the Women's Reservation Bill. As it becomes an act now, 33% of seats in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies will be reserved for women. However, the reservation will be implemented after the new census and delimitation. In a special session of a parliament, the women's reservation bill was passed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha this month, making it a historic achievement by the Indian parliament as it shifted its operation to the new parliament building on September 19. Hence, Anonymous also states that don't reduce age of consent in POCSO to 16, La Commission tells government. New Delhi, the Law Commission of India has recommended against reducing the age of the consent under the Child Sex Abuse Law to 16 years, but proposed an amendment that would let courts impose a lesser sentence in the cases where adolescents engage in consensual sexual relations with a female. Hindustan Times also states that Afghan embassy suspends operation in India. Diplomats leave for Europe and United States. The Afghan embassy in India has suspended all operations after the ambassador and the other senior diplomats left the country for Europe and the United States, where they gained asylum. Three embassy officials said on Friday. Afghanistan embassy in India. Going towards the economy of the country, Sensex Nifty recover in early trade lifted by a firm trend in global markets. The equity benchmark indices rebounded in early trade on Friday after the nearly 1% decline on the previous day amid positive trends in the global markets. NTPC, Tata Motors, JSW Steel, Tata Steel and State Bank of India were among the top gainers on the Sensex. Here's a representation image on the Bombay Stock Exchange BSE. SEBI asks MCX to put launch of new platform on a hold. Earlier this week, MCX had informed that its new commodity derivatives platform will go live on October 3rd after several delays. Representation image of the Securities and Exchange Board of India. Center hikes windfall tax on domestic crude, cuts levy on export of diesel ATF. The government on Friday hiked special additional excise duty SAED on crude petroleum to 12,100 per ton with the effect from the September 30. The duty on jet fuel or aviation turbine fuel ATF will be reduced to rupees 2.5 per liter. The SAED or duty on export of diesel will be cut to 5%, to rupees 5 per liter from rupees 5.50 per liter currently. Going towards the world news, including storm floods, New York IST area pouring into the subways and swamping streets in rush hour mess. Long-serving United States Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein dead at 90. Migrants are being raped at the Mexico border as they await entry into United States. United States, Saudi defense pact tied to Israel deal. Palestinian demands put aside. Appeals court will not delay Donald Trump will civil fraud trial. India Canada standoff. Trudeau wants to close ties with the India. Probe into the Niger's killing active and ongoing. Going towards the science and technology, DNA remnants are found in fossils of 6 million year old turtle. Remnants of DNA have been discovered in the fossilized remains dating to 6 million years ago of a sea turtle closely related to the today's Camp's Ridley and Olive Ridley's turtles, marking one of the rare times genetic material has been identified such an ancient fossils of vertebrate, researchers said on Thursday. The fossil is a partial with a relatively complete carapace, the turtle's shell, but not the rest of the skeleton. A view shows fossil cells in Bogota, Colombia, in this image taken in the 2022. Wegovy, other weight loss drugs scrutinized over the reports of suicidal thoughts. File picture of the 0.25 mg injection pen of Novo Nordisk's weight loss drug Wegovy. India's homegrown semiconductor maker CDIL to make components for EV and solar panels. India's homegrown semiconductor maker CDIL to make components for EV and solar panels. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Old Pakistan Jalaluddin Abdul Kalam. There's a APJ Abdul Kalam birth anniversary 15 October 1931 up to 27 July 2015 was an Indian aerospace scientist and statesman who served as the 11th president of from India. From 2002 to 2007, he was born and raised in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, and he studied physics and aerospace engineering. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and a science administrator, mainly at the Defense Research and Development Organization, an Indian space research organization, and was intimately involved in India's civilian space program and military missile development efforts. He thus came to be known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He also played a pivotal organizational, technical, and political role in the India's Pokhran second nuclear test in 1998, the first since the original nuclear test by India in 1974. Mr. Kalam says a famous quotation. He says that all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us have equal opportunity to develop our talent. Okay, thank you.